had a couple of messages from ravens, just popping up on reels. I tend to look for about 2, and then I'm like, right, yeah, we'll do a collective message from the ravens to do with romance and stuff. I'm not particularly. I love doing these because I'm out of the game. I don't have any attachment to the outcome of doing these readings, which doesn't mean to say it's not going on in the background that I'm unaware of, but that's why I love doing them, because it's not my focus. So I thought, right, okay, yeah, it is time. We've had the new moon in Cancer, the sun in Cancer, but Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So it could be bringing up, especially in our dream state, a lot of stuff from past relationships. You might even have past relationships, lovers getting back in touch, wanting to, apologize or clear out or home stuff. This is literally house, home, heart, friends, anything. It's emotional. Cancer is the crab. It's a water sign. So it's, not the material, shall we say. So, protection of the highest level. Give us something for the collective. Message from the ravens to do with past life, soulmates, twin flame. I'll get a main card and then we shall see where the connection is pretty quick. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So I was just basically saying it's got nothing to do with the earth signs, and we get the Ace of Pentacles. But what we have here, the Ace of Pentacles is a gift. It's an offer. It's one of those little blessings that comes down when you've completed a cycle or you're about to begin a new cycle. So 1 pentacle adds up to 10. So this could be a gift coming online or someone coming in with a pentacle, but it's normally after the closing out of a cycle. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is the mastery of the heart space. And this is probably why this pentacle is coming forward. It's because she sits on her throne. She knows her worth. She intuitively moves forward. She listens to her dreams. She knows what her cup is worth, and she calls it in. She manifests it in. So that's bottom of the deck, and the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful start to the reading. So this means that, mastery of the heart space in the divine feminine has actually called this pentacle in. Whether there's someone attached to this pentacle or not, I don't know. Whether it's just a gift from your higher self, from source energy. We're going to get some more from my cards that I made up. Give us a little bit where this Ace of Pentacles is coming from. What's the story behind this Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles? And it could be asking you to listen to your heart. Make moves from the heart space. Make moves from the heart space by following your dreams. If something doesn't feel right, and it's being, it's speaking from your heart, and especially with it being the new moon in Cancer. Right, what have we got? There was news. There was the letter coming in, and we have the raven on its own, perched on a branch. So there was definitely this message either from the other side in your dream state coming from the ravens, or I associate them with death, rebirth. They can also, in their feathers, reflect back to you something that you need to see. So, and there's three altogether, but he's very strong in the background behind the cup. So a message from the actual ravens behind the cup. It's almost like the shadow of the cup. So possibly in the shadows, but in the background. Now she's got a letter in her hand. Something it hasn't, that's just come off. So she's got a letter in her hand. She's moving forward and she's going in a new direction. It's almost like a gateway. It's almost like a door. Now she's not actually looking forward where she's going. She's reading this information. So you could have had news over that new moon that has made you turn your back on something and move in a new direction. There was like a wake-up call. So that raven also could have been the wake-up call. Now, what they used to do back in the Viking times was obviously the ravens were the indicator to let them know where land was when they were out at sea. They were strong messengers. And if they came back, it meant there wasn't land. If they didn't come, I think something like that. If they didn't come back, it meant there was land. They knew they were going in the right direction. She's not actually looking at what direction she's going in, but she's busy looking at the information that she's been given. Now, this information could have come through dream state, but it could possibly come through how you feel in your heart space. So we're going to get some more on that, but definitely a doorway moving into the light, and she's leaving the trail behind her. And I always say with this card, it's not one of remorse, it's not one of bitterness or anger, it's enlightenment. Something has been enlightened to make you move in a new direction, and possibly that news in her hand could be this pentacle. So we're then going to go to the Doreen Virtue Romance cards and see if we can get a little bit more on this pentacle, the Queen of Cups, and this Ace of Pentacles. Give me something on the news, the Ace of Cups. This could be a new opportunity. But she's dressed up. She's got flowers in her hair. She looks like she's going to a prom, you know? But she's definitely turned her back on something. So give me something on this Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, the Raven. Let's have some background story. Right, I just want them to stop. Right, release your ex at the bottom of the deck. Again, right, she's got a bit of paper in her hand. I can't see. She's got a bit of paper in her hand. It's like she's got the paper in her hand moving forward here. But in this one, and there's the moon in the background, the time has come to clear your energy, release your ex. So there could, like I said at the beginning of this reading, that with all this new moon in Cancer and being in Cancer and the retrograde could be like bringing up old memories of, and that's what this letter looks like. Reading old love letters, remembering things, you know, but it's saying let it go, release it. again, she's got that letter in her hand. So you could actually receive a letter or news, but it's so that we move into this brand new Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning. The time has come to clear your energy. Right, what else did we get? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So release your ex and keep an open mind is kind of like, if you're going to let go of something that didn't work, say, or you've released a part of yourself. I heard this really interesting Carl Jung, I think it was, on falling in love. And he said, when you get to a place of wholeness, you don't fall in love anymore, because falling in love means falling. It's like, giving away your time, your energy, your power and all that. It was really, really interesting. Go and watch it. So it's like, release this, whatever this was based on, whether it be parental, upbringing, ancestral, it's attracted the same thing over and over again. And it's almost like the enlightenment of that is pushing her, us, he, whatever, into a new direction. But we've got to clear our energies, because we don't want to repeat the same pattern. Okay, so keep an open mind. Release your ex. I don't think I've ever had this many fallout. And calling in your soulmate. Well, I mean, that is the Queen of Cups. Like I said, she sits on her throne. She knows her worth. She knows what's in her cup. But she fills her own cup. So she's not looking outside of herself for somebody to come and fill her cup. And maybe in the past, that's what's happened. Looking outside of oneself to feel, oh, this person completes me. That's an illusion. We have to feel completed and whole in ourselves. And then we attract, someone who has the same energy. So it's not, oh, I feel hot. This person makes me feel whole. And the Queen of Cups knows. She's already got her own cup. It's massive. Now I'm getting now this feeling, this raven is feeling like wisdom. Probably because it's sat on a tree as well. And again, it's got the enlightenment behind it. It's almost like there's been something that's had to keep being reflected back. And then a death and a rebirth, reflected back, a death and a rebirth. And may possibly reading over old stuff, really paying attention to the fine lines, the hidden messages to go through this new door of opportunity, because there's definitely a pentacle there. But like, she's got her hand on her head with this paper in her hand, and it's like, oh no, not again, clear it out. We don't want, so keep an open mind. Your soulmate might differ, and calling in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help to bring you together. But you have to release the past in order to move forward. Where do I normally go from here? I think I go back to the Raven. So give me something on this Ace of Pentacles, which is like this brand new beginning. Pentacles being, it's almost like, if I think about the 10 of Pentacles, I think about generations. I think about inheritance and legacies, right? I think about legacies when I get the 10 of Pentacles and marriage and family and stuff. So the Ace of Pentacles is like the beginning of, the brand new journey of, we're going to keep the Queen of Cups out. I think she's important to stay on the table. And underneath all of that, keep an open mind, calling in your soulmate and release your ex. We've got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So, give me something more on the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. That is temperance. Temperance is, I am focused. I'm not being distracted. Now again, with temperance, it's past, present, future. It's being in the present moment without being distracted by outside influences. The cup is that she's not even pouring the cup. The cups are pouring themselves. Without looking, she's looking straight ahead. So temperance in the normal tarot is like balancing the books, but I really feel like temperance here is releasing of, letting go of, pouring it into the cup, but really being focused on what it is you want. The Queen of Cups knows what she wants because she's got her own cup. Now this temperance has got two cups. So that could be the divine masculine, the divine feminine. But like I say, with temperance, it's normally being in the flow. It's being in alignment. And being in alignment will call in your soulmate. See how they are? He's behind her, but she's got her hands up in the air, calling them in. She probably doesn't even know that he stood behind her. But she's so focused on what it is that she wants that she's not distracted. But there needs to be a clearing out. Two of Wands is an opportunity, a gateway. Let's get some more. I love this. It's so interesting. Keep an open mind. It might differ from your usual type and expectations. We've got the, now is he the Knight or is he the Page? I think it's the Page of Cups. And again, we've got this full moon. So we've just had the new moon. This could be leading up to the full moon. More enlightenment. But the Page is, again, like the Ace, it's the beginnings of. It's new, it's young, it's heart-centered, in the heart space. So you could receive a message, you could have an invitation or an offering, but it's from a young, like the raven being so small that he's holding is like brand new, but keep an open mind. And then the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So the Three of Swords is release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So it's time to clear out any heartbreak, any heartache, any disappointment. Let's get some more. Let's get some more. Nine of Swords. So there's a little bit of anxiety. On the Knight of Cups coming in with three ravens above him. Now he literally is holding up his cup. Now the Knight of Cups can represent you, you know, like basically clearing out this heartache, heartbreak, releasing old energy, and then moving into the Page of Cups and then to the Knight of Cups. It's almost like going through the grieving process until you get to the Queen. Mastery of knowing exactly what she wants. And see how, I mean, the cup on here is quite small. His is quite small. Well, the raven is quite small, but this one's coming in on a horse. So, like I say, it's movement forward. If it's energetically, I would say it's a progression of Maybe this could be childhood stuff because she is quite young. Something's come to light, maybe dysfunctionality, but release your ex. So release anything that is associated with past upbringings and what you thought relationships should look like. There might be some heartbreak that needs to be released. But we've got the Knight of Cups coming in, Page of Cups, which is maybe just like, that could be just like a little message. And then the Knight of Cups actually goes, do you know what? I'm on a horse. I'm going to come in with an offering. But the Knight still wouldn't match the Queen. So it could be something that is needs to grow from this Ace of Pentacles. And then we've got the Nine of Cups underneath. So the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment, calling in your soulmate, a wish fulfillment. Queen of Swords, boundary queen. Her sword is over her heart. She's got a white raven on the end of it, and she is a little bit masked up, but this is, I have boundaries. Nobody gets in past here unless, who are you? What's your name? Where do you come from? And what's in your cup? She wants to know it all before you will get past that sword. And she says what she thinks. She does what she says on the tin. She is the Queen of Discernment, with the Knight of Swords underneath as well. So clarity. And the Queen, I mean, you put the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords together, she's, you know, she'll go with her instincts, and a Queen of Swords will come in and she'll say no. So if you do have exes coming back, could be the Three of Swords, Nine of Swords, causing a bit of anxiety, and then the Ten of Swords. So from the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords, it's literally like there was anxiety and then there was backstabbing, end of, wounding. Now this could be old wounds. Ten of Swords can represent people actually stabbing you in the back, but it can also represent old wounds coming to the surface. So you might have old heartaches coming up to the surface, or memories of, or with this, all this cancer, it's things coming to light that are very deep, you know, in the waters, if you like, coming to the surface in order to clear out. And it could be a healing. The anxiety that's being felt could be this, like, oh, you know, it feels real, but it is just a healing of those swords. And is that the moon? Looks like the moon or the sun. I mean, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Because Chariot, I mean, someone tell me. I haven't got a thing. That's the Fool. It looks like the sun with the two ravens. There's like a balancing here. I'm pretty sure, even though it looks like the moon, it's got the sun's face on it. So I'm going to go with the leading up to the next full moon. Now, I'm not sure what the next full moon is in, but we're going to get some more. Let's get some more. There's definitely going to be a reflection of, regardless of what that is, something is being illuminated and you are being put face to face with something, a reflection of this new version of yourself, possibly. If you've done the work, if you've released the heartache, if you have faced your nightmares, whatever you want to call them, Nine of Swords, anxiety about moving forward, letting go, having a new pattern, being in a new vibration, releasing the old wounds of the past, and now have these really strong boundaries and a direct focus and attention of what it is I will. That is what that Temperance is, and that Queen of Swords. It's what I will and what I won't. Oh, thank you. It's what I will and what I won't put up with. You cannot get past that sword because she is so focused on what it is that she wants. So let's see. We've got the King of Cups underneath, so I'm going to leave that there. We've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. Now that is a power couple. That is two people that have done the emotional work in the heart space and they balance each other out. This is what I was getting with this. We balance each other out. Like we're both on this like twig. The twigs are crossing. No one's higher than the other. No one's lower. They are literally balancing each other out. They're looking at each other. They look like twins. So calling in your soulmate, King and Queen of Cups. So if we're going to look at this energetically, they've both got literally these massive, great big cups. But it's like the Queen of Cups. Yes, I fill my own cup. The King of Cups is emotionally mature. He doesn't react. He responds. He doesn't overshare. He keeps a little bit to himself, but he's very observant. So if you have mastered both your Queen and King of Cups, then you're in a very strong position for this Temperance card and this Ace of Pentacles to come in. I'm going to leave those there. What's at the bottom? The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is working towards mastering your craft, skill, art, something that is like from the Ace to the Seven of Pentacles. Now it looks like there's kind of masks or old masks that have been dropped. He's a little bit cloaked. He's holding on to one raven. But the Seven of Pentacles is normally like learning new skills, maybe having to learn a different way of being after this clear out. Now we're going to get one from the Guardian Angels, Doreen Virtue. Give me something on this Ace of Pentacles. Not that many. Ace of Pentacles. Keep an open mind. Release your ex. Clear your energy. Calling in your soulmate. And I do feel like this is all cup-led, apart from the Queen of Cups is the boundary queen. Into this Temperance, which is this balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine in the heart space. But keep an open mind. Review and contemplation. You've accomplished a great deal. Now that's what that Seven of Pentacles is. You've accomplished a great deal in your life, and now you have to be proud. You have much to be proud of. Now's the time to decide what's next. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. Now that is what I was getting with this patterns of, cycles, parents. Don't be distracted. Temperance. Stay focused. Don't get pulled in different directions. contemplation. There's no rush here. It's not like, there's definitely some healing that needs to go out. The helper of abundance. Although you have a lot to do, it's important that you get organized first. That is temperance. Clear out. It's time to clear out your energy. Once planning is complete, you can roll up your sleeves and get to work. Your guardian angels surround you and are ready to help you out. This card also indicates a very loving, kind and loyal friend. Someone with a big heart, a quick wit and endless patience, and that person could be you. So that would, look at him, he's all dressed in green, he's got flowers in his hands, he's surrounded by flowers, but that is like the embodiment of the King and Queen of Cups. Loyal, trustworthy. Now we've got inner strength at the bottom. You have great courage and kindness. You may not realize how strong and powerful you are, but there's no problem you can't solve. The compassion you so freely give to others must be given to yourself. Stand strong in your convictions if the right answer to tell someone is no. Not today. I love that. I love that. Right, we are going to go to, where are we going now? We're going to go to the Psychic Tarot and see if we can get a little message from there to get some confirmation on this. So many cups, but a little bit of anxiety and a Ten of Swords. So like I say, the Ten of Swords could be feeling a bit stabbed in the back, or it is healing from being stabbed in the back. And the Nine of Swords, it could be bringing up some anxiety about, and clearing out your energy as well. It takes a lot of strength and courage to go in and clear out any old past hurt. But that's the only way we can move forward in the divine masculine and the divine feminine in the heart space. And then you can calling in your soulmate. So give us something. Oh, that fell on the floor. Oh, now it's upside down. So I'm going to take it upside down. It says conflict and defeat. 5. So 5 is change. So there's a change in conflict and defeat. It's leaving. It's going. It's upside down. It's on its way out. You couldn't make it up. Moving on. Now I'm going to take us back to this picture where she is moving into the light. She's received news. She's received clarification, this enlightenment. She's moving out of the darkness. She's leaving a trail of love behind her, because there's no point in taking any of the crap with us. And what's he got in his hand? What has he got in his hand? What is that? Maybe it's, I don't actually know what it is. But anyway, they've both got something in their hands. So they've both learned something. They've both gained something. And again, if you're looking at the King and Queen of Cups, if you were to put those two with these two, they've both learned something and they're moving into enlightenment in the heart space. So moving on, and then we've got harmony. So the conflict and defeat is leaving, it's upside down, probably due to these boundaries that have been put in place, and we've got harmony. Look at that, equal balance. And again, energetically, because I'm not a psychic, we are doing this collectively, energetically, we have to find balance and harmony within ourselves before we can see that in the 3D, calling it in the 3D, so that it comes back like this. Balance and harmony. Still don't know. If anyone can tell me what XV3111 is, it's either the sun or the moon. I reckon it's the sun. One of the most positive cards of the deck. Shining a light. There is so much enlightenment here, but the conflict and defeat is upside down. I mean, if he was falling down the steps, then he's going up them, you know. But I love the fact that they're both walking through doorways. They've both learned something. They've both got knowledge in their hands. And that's what the raven represents. Now, trapped in fear fell out on the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So that's what could be the blockage. Can I do this? You know, it's that self-chat that says, well, you can't leave, or you've got to stay, or you feel guilty, whatever it is trapped in fear, causing 9 and 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords might even be not the right behaviour, basically. You could 10 of Swords someone else if you stay in something that's not in alignment, trapped in fear. And then we've got Triumph. So again, he's on a horse. He's moving forward. Sevens, I think, are choices. He's made the choice to move forward triumphantly. We're going to get some more. We're going to go to the angel, Drawing Virtue Angels, and get a, closure card. Hang on a minute. Right, so this card here isn't even in this deck, and it came out, and it's awareness. It's not part of these. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that simply because this light is awareness, bringing something to light. There's quite a few cards here that was so weird. What did fall out? Let's have a look. See what fell out. 5 of Water, which is the 5 of Cups. Things not turning out the way you hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation and crying over spilt milk. So a little bit like that letter in her hand where she's like a little bit like, woe me, releasing her ex. And what else fell out? The 8 of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. So I'm gonna they fell on the floor. I was obviously meant to read those, but I am gonna give them a shuffle as well. So don't let your fears number 1, Ace of Cups, Ace. That's a number 1. That's a new beginning. Now, when we have the strength and the courage to make changes, that's when the universe drops us a little pentacle. And that pentacle may even be just the bit of paper or the wand, or whatever it is he's got in his hand, and that he's moving forward with. It's knowledge. It's something he's gained. It's something he's keeping hold of to pass on. When we go through these moving away from conflict and defeat. We learn something. We become the raven. We become that. We even might trigger other people into it. The raven's feathers reflect back to other people the shadow in them. But this does take a lot of focused attention, no distractions, and really strong boundaries. Right. And then calling in your soulmate for this inner strength here, triumph. And the trapped in fear is basically when we feel like we can't move. It's an illusion. It's a mental thought pattern. It's something that we've been told. It's limiting belief. Let's have something to close out with this amazing reading. Like I said, I'd kind of like doing these more because because I'm free. There's no attachment to the outcome, whereas I do take the collective messages quite seriously. So, yeah. Are we ready, or is there more? Because when they don't do anything, it means there's more. What more do you want me to say? The Chariot, number 7, is a choice. And the Magician, number 1. Well, so, you are ready. You have the resources, the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. I can't say any more than that. He's a number 1. That's a number 1. And we've got, where was the other number 1? And we are in a number 1 year. So this is the beginnings of. This is manifest what you want by releasing what it is that you don't. Even if you have to write a list down. Queen of Air. I think she is pretty much the Queen of Swords. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you and seeing the humour in a situation. So she's independent, experienced, realistic and witty. So yeah, maybe not taking it too seriously might help move it along better. But we've got the Chariot. So the Chariot, Archangel Metatron, and here he has integrated his shadow and his darkness, his shadow and his light, and come out triumphantly, taking the reins. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. But again, it is a choice. This is just what's available at the moment for us under the planetary alignments that we have that could be going on for you. And I love you very much.